Hello, everyone. You're tuned in to the channel EEPS episode 166. I'm EEPMON, digital generative artist and entrepreneur. And recently, I was in Tokyo, Japan for my solo show at the Embassy of Canada to Japan's Prince Takamado Gallery. It's a long time coming, and I thought I would just talk a bit about my experience. It was an incredible experience. But it really started way back in 2009. I kid you not. I travel to Japan quite often, actually. I would say 2 to 3 times, maybe 2 times a year, but I've been doing that consistently every year because the creative industry in Japan is phenomenal. And it's a source of inspiration. I get energized every time I go there. I'm fascinated and inspired by the fact that in Japan, they have such deep-rooted history in their culture. And at the same time, able to be technologically driven, and the creation and the artistry that comes out of it is sort of this juxtaposition between these two worlds. So that's why I keep on going back. So again, I digress a bit. 2009, I was in contact with a public affairs officer, cultural officer at the time there. She's now retired, but she was the one who introduced me back in 2009, the Prince Takamado Gallery. And when I stepped in there, I was like, wow. One day, I must have a solo show or some exhibition. I don't know how, but it's a phenomenal space, a phenomenal venue. And it was a goal that I had for such a long time. As to how to get there. Come on, back then, I don't know. I was and continue to be a digital artist. So whatever it would be, what it would entail would be something that has to do with digital content, digital creation. But it was a tall order. It was a high order. And, well, because when you are exhibited in a space like that, it's not just about art for art's sake, right? It's really about an individual or individuals representing Canada to Japan. It's cultural diplomacy, people-to-people exchange, right? Goodwill. Canada and Japan have such a long-standing friendship. By the way, I think 2028 will mark the 200th anniversary between the bilateral ties and friendship between Canada and Japan. So I felt that, it was crazy. Like, I wanted to get a show there. And part of my, may I say, selfishness is like I would always come back. I was stubbornly consistent. Since 2009, I would always go back to Japan, again, because I'm inspired and I love the creativity that's coming out of it. But also, I felt it was very important, and just putting my entrepreneur cap on, that I needed to continue building my relationships and my contacts and my network within the embassy as well. But this sort of goal, like as an artist, not just fixated with Japan, but I'm doing all these other things. But I don't know how to explain it, but like one thing led to another, and things started to pick up probably around in 2018, because I started to do things that are more aligned with cultural diplomacy. So, for example, if you go to my website, check it out. In 2018, I was on the first creative industries minister-led trade mission, and at the time it was to China. So that started to get my exposure to more, how do I say, like state-to-state ties, country to exchange in the creative industry in particular. And I felt that it was really, again, art for art's sake, but also using art as a way to engage with the greater world. And that aligned with my interest, right? I aligned with my interest because I love to travel. I love to meet and expand my network, expand my awareness. And through that endeavor, I got to know more of the people within Global Affairs Canada, public affairs officers. And in 2023, jump to 2023, I was on the Team Canada trade mission to Japan, where again, it's sort of like, because I've been going to Japan consistently, that I was very well versed in knowing knowing the ins and outs, engaging with. I have so many Japanese friends, right? Like I've been going there so many times. I've built my relationships, built my network. That when it was time to go there, I was very confident. And it was also another opportunity to re-engage with the Embassy of Canada to Japan. So I'm familiar with the embassy because I've been there before. So it's just sort of like this 20-year career trajectory. Every single thing, I'm looking back, every single thing I've done, individually speaking, all ties together and compounds. There's a compounding effect. At the beginning, you're trying to find your way, you're moving forward, but everything that I did are all connected. They're all related in some way. To the point that after the Team Canada trade mission to Japan, built more, again, it's continuing that compounding effect of building relationships, getting your work out into the open. People become more aware of what you're doing as a digital creator, digital artist, using code, generative art, that kind of thing. And even, so like people still, people back then couldn't fully grasp it. But now, as we all know, with artificial intelligence, generative AI, just generative in general, has become now so embedded into our discussions. But meanwhile, I kept on talking about, I'm a digital artist, I'm a generative artist, I use code, since like 20 years. So looking back, I felt that, wow, seemed to have positioned myself in a way where there was an opportunity, and I was invited to exhibit my digital creations at the Embassy of Canada, Japan's Prince Takamado Gallery, which is still happening right now through May 12th, 2026. I was in Japan last month. We're in March now, but I was there actually 2 months ago. And the official launch of my exhibition was January 22nd, and it's still going. But it's just interesting how the universe works, or how life works. Is all these things that I've been doing, and then suddenly, like, hit a climatic point where there was an opportunity, building my reputation, building my connections, an opportunity to showcase what creativity and digital arts coming out from Canada. What an honor, and very grateful, and gratitude to have that opportunity to represent. So it was a huge milestone for me. I was very, very honored, and I continue to be, of course. But this has opened up so many new avenues now. So talk about compounding effect is now suddenly it's now like, I feel it's like, it's like it's about to skyrocket. So I don't know where this conversation or video is going. I just thought I want to share my thoughts. But to those like fellow creators, artists, digital content creators, for example, I thought that I would like to share the fact that, you have to put skin in the game, right? It's like nothing is ever instant gratification. Nothing is ever immediate. It took me 2 decades to get to where I am now. And I kept on grinding, creating when no one's looking. And not because I want people to look at what I'm doing. It's because, like, I genuinely believe and passionate in what I do. I live and breathe it. I live and breathe the volatility, meaning that regardless of the circumstance, I keep on doing what I do. And if there's times where people feel like, oh, is this really, what's the point? Is it really having an effect? Is it really improving, reaching out? Is it what I'm doing really impacting, my work to the audience, etc.? It does. It does. But I believe one needs to really be able to grow and grow the experience. You have to really stomach the volatility. And we are currently living in some volatile times. But yeah, I mean, the exhibition that's happening right now, still going, is really the climatic, as I mentioned, of all the work that I put in way back. And it's interesting how everything comes full circle. It's just it's almost like a full circle moment. Anyway, I just thought I'd share this with you all. I haven't been consistent with my channel EEPs, so I want to try to get back into the groove. Now, if you want to check out my work and behind the scenes of my exhibition, go to EEPMON.com, where you can see, I have a section in my website where you can look at my exhibition work. And also my Instagram at EEPMON, check that out too. But yeah, I just want to say one other thing I want to say. Again, it's amazing how things go full circle, because not only did I have an exhibition, but I just met so many people from institutions, academia, diplomats, public-private sectors, and celebrities. I'm not sure if people know this individual. He goes by the name of Verbal, Japanese hip-hop artist, Korean-Japanese hip-hop artist. He's the co-founder of a brand called Ambush in Japan. It's a lifestyle, like streetwear brand. My sunglasses are Ambush. It's in my drawer. I can't get it out. But he's also Mflow. He's Mflow. It's really like a household name in Japan. So anyway, he came to my show. He came to my exhibition, and many thanks to my contacts that made it happen at the embassy. So thank you so much. You know who you are. And it was a dream come true for me there too. I was like, wow, I hung out with Verbal. Great guy, awesome guy, very talented, and another, he's an entrepreneur that I absolutely have respect. But it just, reminiscing, it was just only about a month and a half ago that my exhibition launched. It's just incredible where things are seemingly spearheading into. But it's not without saying that it took a long time, took dedication to really build the profession and career to what it is now. I'm going back to Japan in May, right? Like, look, it's not like exhibition and everything is all colorful, everything's great. I have to continue to do my due diligence. I have to continue to build off of, again, this whole continue the narrative, continue the compounding. I have to go back and reconnect, reestablish, and a bit of a, well, I'm not going to announce it yet, but the exhibition continues in another capacity, which I am currently finalizing details, but I can't wait to share with you all. But I'll be back in Japan in May, so do follow my trajectory, my socials, go on Instagram, whatnot, and I know I'm kind of blabbing at this point right now, but I felt that there's so much I wanted to share, and I'm gonna try to continue more on a daily basis with my channel EEPs. So I apologize again that I haven't been haven't been consistent. So this is kind of like almost like my practice. I gotta get back to the groove and talking. But I thought that I wanted to share you all, and I thought that I really wanted to just say hi and please like and subscribe. So anyway, talk to you later all. Thank you for listening. Until next time. Bye bye.